Hello, everyone. So for math, the last 2 weeks, we've been working on finding the volume for rectangular prisms. And I want to remind you that volume, we have a formula for it. It is volume equals length times width times height. And today, we're going to be finding the volume for this figure right here. Now, when you look at this, you might think, oh my goodness, how are we going to find the volume for that? What formula could we possibly use? Well, I want to go ahead and let you in on a little secret. This figure right here is actually two rectangular prisms combined. We have one rectangular prism right here, and we have another rectangular prism right here. So instead of trying to find the volume for this entire figure, I'm going to find the volume for this prism and then this prism. And to go ahead and separate those, I'm going to draw a line right down the middle. I know my line isn't straight. I'm still learning how to draw on the computer. So now I'm going to go ahead and find the volume for this prism right here. And I know that when I do the formula for volume, I have length times width times height. That means I'm going to work with three numbers. And when I look at this, I see four numbers, which means I need to go ahead and get rid of a number. I need to figure out which number right now is just extra information. Right now, that number is 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters is giving me the length from here all the way to over here. But we see that my line clearly stops here. 6 centimeters is trying to give me the length for this entire figure. But that's not going to help me find the volume for this prism. So I'm going to go ahead and scratch it out. And so now I simply need to plug in my numbers for volume, my length, my width, and my height. So my length right now, it's 4 centimeters. So I'm going to go ahead and write down 4 times 4, that's my width, times 2, that's my height. And so 4 times 4 is 16. And we're going to go ahead and work out 16 times 2. I really want you to still be in the habit of working these things out when you don't automatically know them. So when I do 6 times 2, that gives me 12. And then 2 times 1 gives me 2. Plus 1 gives me, what happened there? 1 second. And then 2 times 1 is 2. Plus my 1, that gives me 3. So I have 32 centimeters cubed. And remember, I'm putting this to the power of 3 here to show that it's a 3D figure. Now I'm going to go ahead and find the volume for this prism right here. And again, I see that I have another possible 4 numbers. I've already kicked off the 6. I know I do not need it. So now I need to decide between these 4 numbers, which one can I get rid of? Now I see that 7 centimeters is giving me the entire height for my prism. So I'm going to keep that. I see that 4 centimeters is giving me the entire width of my prism. So I'm going to keep that. And 2 centimeters is giving me the entire length of my prism. So I'm going to keep that. 5 centimeters, however, it's only giving me a partial height. It stops right here, but the figure ends much lower. So I know I can go ahead and cross out 5 centimeters. So now, again, my formula for volume, length times width times height. So I have my length right here, 4 centimeters times 2 centimeters, which is my width, times 7 centimeters, which is my height. And now I'm ready to go ahead and work this out. So I have 4 times 2, which is 8. And I have 8 times 7, which is 56. So this is 56 centimeters cubed. Now I have the volume for each separate prism. And I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to go ahead and add them together to get the volume for my entire prism. And to do that, I'm going to get the volume for my entire prism. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and add like normal. So I'm going to do 56 centimeters squared plus 32 centimeters squared. So I have 6 plus 2, which is 8. And I have 5 plus 3, which is also 8. So I have 88 centimeters cubed. That means the volume for this entire figure is 88 centimeters cubed. And remember, I simply separated them into 2 separate figures because I know how to find the volume of a rectangular prism. So I simply made these some simple rectangular prisms. Now for homework, you're going to be doing the same thing. You should recognize this. It's from Envisions. They even give you an example of how you would separate. Now, if you want to draw on your computer, I'm going to show you how. You simply download the worksheet. You can name it whatever you want. I might name this Allen Prism, and I'm going to save that. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up, going to my folder. And now I have this PDF pulled up on my computer. I'm going to go to Tools, and I'm going to click on this one that says Comment. And I'm going to open up the tool for commenting. When I do that, that gives me the ability to draw on the paper. So I can go ahead and I can separate all the figures that I want to. And I'm ready to do some work on the computer. Remember, if you have any questions for me, simply you can call me, you can email me, you can video chat with me, and I will help you out.